Hi there, and welcome back to Ears to the East. You know what? Shall we just let Benedict start this? Because he's got baby metal inked on his skin, and I get the feeling that this is the man who should introduce this episode. Let's just start by saying, what did you and I just see for the first time and Neon introduce us to?
We just saw Momo Banger for the first time from the Legend MM show, right?
Yeah.
When was it from? 2022, I think.
Oh, yeah. It was a while ago, but yeah, it's the first time I ever only just managed to watch it for the first time recently as well.
Has that
I
footage just come out or something?
Oh no, it was the show itself was a while ago, but the Wow Wow production
Yeah,
that's just come
the,
out. Yeah, it's
the
relatively
footage just
recent.
come out.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just come out. Obviously, there's a lot of fan cams and stuff like that on YouTube that you can go and watch it, but I refuse to watch that through a
Yeah.
fan cam. So this is the first
That's a
time.
bit too big, isn't it? That's a bit too big for a fan
Yeah,
cam. Yeah, that's like
it's a
the
bit
whole
it's a bit too
stadium.
big for a fan cam. So yeah, this is the first time I get to watch it like proper great quality, and it's well worth the
Yeah,
wait.
man. That was worth it. Thank you for showing me this because this was really
Yeah, yeah.
awesome.
Thank you,
Actually, my
Neon, for
first time,
allowing that to
like,
fall off the internet into our laps.
I think I never really experienced like just Momo metal before. I mean, to be honest, to be fair, in
Hmm.
the other one, there's not a huge amount of backing vocals. And yeah, so I mean, the most I think I heard of her was the Leave It All Behind song. We had some backing vocals there.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, but like just hearing her, man, really cool. Um, I mean, is that her real scream or was it a playback? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I had this debate with people that was like, is that her screaming or is that
Yeah, it
it's
almost sounds too good.
yeah, I think there's definitely some effect probably layered over it, but I'm gonna choose to believe that it is her at least doing the initial.
I wasn't expecting it. I mean,
Oh, how good were
I
her?
but
mean,
man, that it's great. I really want to hear some Momo screaming on the next Baby Metal album now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that sets it up nicely, doesn't it? But she's also got like
Howard's
the most.
face.
She's also well, we were talking about like
It will be
maybe not.
awesome, Howard. You will love it.
We were talking about like the return of like black baby
Mate.
metal and maybe how that might be coming back
No,
or
no, no,
might
Hmm
not
no,
have
no,
done,
hmm
no,
but
no. Metal Patty. Hashtag Metal Patty. Get
metal
it right.
patty as well, yeah. But yeah, like obviously Momo's got it in a locker that they could
Best
be
Baby Metal. Yeah.
kind of black baby metal with black Momo.
No,
She's
but
like,
this
she'll
really
be
like brought
cooking. She'll
me
burn her hand on the saucepan. Oh.
really
Metal
got me
Patty.
closer to Momo a little bit because we didn't have songs like Chocoto Love or Love Machine that Yui and Moa have, or Sue as well.
Yeah.
And also like her clean voice, really, really sweet, I would say.
You in
Really
it?
sweet voice.
Uh, I got the feeling because if you ever type her actual, her, what do you call it, her passport name into, well, it's her stage name, but her name into Google, you mostly get the pictures of her when she was doing that K-pop idol audition thing. And the funny thing is the minute I heard this, I was like, there's the girl who did that because it was just like this really quintessentially pop voice. I mean, I'll say. I know some people have said that a lot of the Babe Metal live things, especially if they take this long to go through production, sometimes they have a lot of post-production done. I'm gonna assume that there's nothing like I'm gonna sidestep that for now and just go with what I heard and say that on the basis of what I heard, she sang incredibly solidly. Just really nice. I think she has one of those voices that I like where it's poppy and high pitch, but it's still got a lot of tone to it. And yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with Benedict. This is the first time we really got to actually just hear her straight up sing rather than scrambling around looking for her backing vocals in a song. It was like, no, she's just singing, and it was like
Yeah.
it was really refreshing to suddenly go, oh shit, this is just Momo singing a baby metal song.
I also think it's a, like you said, a tone that's not too like high pitched, like screechy or annoying. It really fits into Baby Metal very well, I would say.
It's not thin, it's
Yeah.
higher, but it's not thin.
Yeah, it's not like going into the idol realms of like super squeaky. But I
What was
just see
that
that.
Yabai t-shirt? What was that with the really high scream?
Ari Bobo, yeah, Ari Bobo from
Not
my
like that,
t-shirts.
fortunately.
Her voice is amazing. She can really scare the local
It's
dog
cool, but it
population.
wouldn't fit like into Baby Metal.
Mm,
Now you said it, I must see it. But
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, who knows? Maybe.
I mean, just hearing Momo there, it just adds more weapons to the Baby Metal arsenal for me. Like that makes me really look forward to what could possibly be for the next album. That gets me really, really hyped. I mean, watching that for the first time as well, because I only watched it recently the other day, and I got really emotional when I was watching it because, like, as a Baby Metal fan, it felt like a lot of like demons were kind of put to bed in that moment. Um, it finally kind of felt like it was moving on. And
Yeah, like they were the full group
the
again.
full group again,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Not only was it a great song, but there's just so much emotional weight, I'm gonna say, like attached to that moment. I just loved it. I was kind of getting upset. I was kind of like, oh no.
Well, I think it's the thing is like you could say that the group, but I think a lot of people would argue just because of the use of the word the, because there's not really a definitive baby metal. And I know what you mean, but I think probably I think it's just the fact that they're a group again. The fact that, you know, because there that period where it was just the two of them, as much as we loved them, and I loved a lot of the songs from that period, it was the fact that it didn't quite fit. It was always like, well, it's the two of them. They are baby metal, but it doesn't quite feel like baby metal. And now it feels, oh, this feels like baby metal again. You know, the three of them, they're handing over the microphones while the other two do the praying thing. You know, it feels like a baby metal thing.
In a weird way, it had that spark back again for me personally. I mean, I can't say about you two, but that felt like as much as Metal Galaxy and the latest album has been amazing, and I love both of them. There was just something about this that I felt that spark of like old baby metal, like kind of like almost.
I mean, to be granted, it's still Headbanger. It's an old song. So.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But it sounded right with Momoko doing
it. It
didn't sound like a bastardization, you know.
It didn't. It felt like going backwards to go forwards instead of just going backwards for all time's sake. You know, there was.
Yeah, that's nicely put.
But I think in a way, she spent so much time before she was announced and all that time after being announced. I think that she's had so much time to acclimatize with the fans that I think everyone feels like she earned it. It's now not a case of, oh, is she going to sing that baby metal song we remember from before? It's more a case of, why hasn't she sung that song from before? And why haven't they given her yet? And I think that's the weird thing. By allowing it to just take for so long, they've turned it from a, oh, is she going to replace Yui, to a case of, oh, come on, she's been here so long, let her do it, let her do it. And I think that's
and like Neon also mentioned, really made me excited for what's possible in the future. Like I said, I want to see like her solo song, her love whatever song, and I want to hear her scream on the new album, even if Howard doesn't like that.
Yes,
I have to say, just musically speaking, when I heard that scream, I was like immediately in my mind that like started so many thoughts how baby metal could sound if one of them is screaming. Man, I really want to hear it.
Yeah, it got me excited a little bit because I don't know if that's like that. Obviously, that scream's always been in there, but it's always kind of like been pre-recorded or whatever. So like kind of hearing that, I don't know if that's like maybe a little teaser for the future, a little hint, like look what Momo.
Don't worry, Howard. It's not gonna be like broken by the scream. It's still gonna be just a little scream here and there.
It's still gonna be well written, So the thing is, I mean, like in the case of like baby metal, I mean, I mean, I always joke about the scream stuff, but I'm not actually like completely against it. It can work, and obviously, baby metal have had scream stuff in their music for a very long time, and often very well dealt with. And that's the thing, is it's well apportioned. So long as like if she's doing that, if she's just taking over from having it otherwise recorded in the backing, then great. You know, at least it's more for the group to do. I just hope that, you know, it doesn't become, well, she can scream, so we're just going to make her do it all the time.
I don't think it will ever get to that realm. Like it will. Like
I think she really proved herself vocally as a singer here, though. That's the thing. Vocally as a singer, she came through really strong.
Yeah.
It was something unexpected in a song that I heard hundreds of times, so that was nice.
Yeah, it like I said, it felt right. It felt like it needed to happen. And I don't know. I just felt really happy with the whole occasion. To be honest, it brought me such joy to watch it. Also such sadness because I wish I was there because what a performance that would have been. Oh,
what about the mic handover? What did you think of that? I thought that was really cool.
You know what? Awesome, but kind of sad. Now, we've had, obviously, Sue Banger, MOMO Banger. We did have a form of Yui Banger.
Yeah,
but that was never, there's never a legit copy of that. If you want to go and find that, You need
I'm imagining people crying, like headbanging, but also trying to cry. Like, this is really difficult.
it felt like that. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if like half a stadium were like actually kind of like, oh, this is so good. Because I felt like that watching it. I was kind of like, don't cry, it felt like a massive moment. It's a bit weird because it's a moment that Yui never had, and for me, it kind of cements. It cements her place. This is it now. No more bitching. No more is she better than this. It's just as it is now. It feels
she just is. Yeah,
she just is.
So this song's like a fan rite of passage, you'd maybe say.
Yeah, you could say that. You could say that. Like I said, it's kind of gutting that we never got like a proper like decent quality of it for Yui. That's the biggest regret. I think that's what adds the sentimentality to it as well. That obviously, the girls had this, their bangers ages ago, so many years ago now. And so for Momo to get hers, again, it just feels right. It feels like it needed to happen to put a lot of demons to bed, and I think it did that in the best way possible.
If you are a Yui fan, you can let us know if that changed anything.
Oh, they
yeah, that would be the most interesting thing. Haven't seen like for a lot of Yui fans, maybe like clinging on just to watch Momo go through that. Like maybe that kind of puts them to rest a little bit more, or maybe
I think the Yui fans probably fit into two camps. There's some who, because obviously we've said this before, that when Yui left, there were other things that maybe changed a bit about the music as well. So some of the people who fell out of love with Baby Metal around that time, it was probably a mixture of things. But the truth is you've got the two types of fans: the ones who maybe have kind of checked out and not really into the modern era anyway, and then you've got the ones who miss Yui but they're still hopeful for Baby Metal. And I think though that second category, I've got to imagine that I can't see a better way they could have dealt with this. Can't see a more careful, well-paced, if anything, slower than it needed to be, gentle way of ceremonially bringing her into the group.
If I can say one thing that I would have maybe wished for is that, I don't know, you can let me know your thoughts about it. Maybe it's actually interesting, because I would have liked to maybe hear another song, not just Headbanger again, but also it's, the past with more banger and stuff like that. So maybe that's, I don't know. What do you think about that?
Do you mean like a new song, or do you mean
or like some other Baby Metal song and just let her take a part in that?
Why specifically? Just out of it, sorry, I'm just trying to understand the point a bit better. Why specifically a different song? Or just
I'm just more like I'm asking, why do they always choose Headbanger?
I think it's just the emotional weight to it, and like the lore behind it, and the significance of like Sue Banger and Moa Banger, and obviously Yui Banger in the past as well. It feels like the kind of like official rite of passage, I think, for Baby Metal members.
Yeah, probably.
None of the Avengers had it at all. Obviously Momo now. So I think it's the difference between having one of these bangers, so to say, is the difference between being a bit part and you're part of the family now.
Yeah, it's probably also safe because Headbanger is a beloved song. So
yeah,
why not?
Also, on top of that, I don't think they're going to tease any Momoko stuff until the new album. They'll keep that. They'll keep that wrapped up.
No, but they could have chosen, I don't know, whatever song and let her sing a part in that.
I think I kind of agree with Benedict on the part that I would like to have seen her given a chance to do more. But I think where I maybe agree with Neon here, and once again, for a change, this is me as the person in the middle agreeing with both parties, is that I think the bit where I agree with Neon is that I do think that it's more a case of it's the rite of passage thing. And I think that song in particular, if all three previous members had their own version, then that's the way of joining her into that roster, making her an equal. And on top of that, I think as well is the fact that, again, I think they're slowly teasing things out because it's just a better way to, keep people excited because they know there's going to be more. It's like, well, now she's done Headbanger. Who knows what she'll do next? Can I just point out, just quickly on the tone of the Headbanger thing, when they did hang over the microphone and they started doing the really fast thing, and you got Sue and Moa doing this.
Man, it looked like a workout.
Yeah, I was watching it and I suddenly realized, holy shit, if you did this, you'd be dizzy as fuck. And then I was like, I don't know. So after that, I was watching them really closely to see what they did when they stood up. Like, are they going to just jump to their feet? And the thing is beautiful choreo, because the very next bit of choreo they do is they get up and they kind of just do this. And I was like, that's the perfect choreo for someone who's just been slamming their head against the deck for a while. So don't give them anything too tricky. They just wander to the side of the stage like this, but that's the actual choreo move. I was like,
They did fall off the stage before.
it's like, that's a good choreographer. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, who was that? Yui who fell off, wasn't it? Because that's where
I think Yui fell off and Moa hurt herself too. I'm not sure if she fell off on another show.
Yeah, because that's where the whole leg thing. But let's not go down that rabbit hole. Oh God, stay away from the rabbit hole.
But what I noticed was after they passed the mic, like Sue looked very relaxed. Like, oh, this is so nice. I don't have to sing now.
It was nice. Again, it just felt right there. It felt like all the girls enjoying it. Again, and also while giving you the biggest tease ever by going, "Hey, look what Momo can do."
It worked for me. They got me.
Yeah, there's a lot to love there, and I freaking can't wait. The new album can't come soon enough. I'm more, you know what, I'm more tangibly excited for this album than I probably have been the last two, which at the time of those kind of being teased seems like totally unrealistic. But there's so much more possibility here.
So you know what? I'm really glad, because you're kind of picking up exactly the things I've been saying ever since Metali. These are the things I've been saying, and I'm really glad to hear you saying them too. It's like we're converging.
Yeah, we're going there. I know. Yeah, no, I'm tangibly my hype for this new album is like already started, and I know nothing about it yet. Like I'm like, yes, yes.
Nothing announced yet, so
nothing announced. No, nothing like that. But I'm just like, yes, give it to me now. Come on, give me some Momo tracks and some.
Do you think it's gonna be this year or next year?
I've got to assume it's going to be like later this year. I think it's going to be later.
I'm going to say next year. I reckon we'll have a track by November, December, and then I reckon about February, March time of next year. I reckon that's when the album's going to drop. If I had to
the last one did drop March as well, right?
Yeah,
End of March, I think.
Yeah. So if I had to stick my life on it, that's kind of where I would say what's going to happen. But they did the same with Metal Galaxy as well, where again they drop something about November, December time, and then it goes into next year. So they kind of stick with the formula, and you know
they need some time to do the hype thing.
Yeah, they don't usually deviate from that plan all too much. So if I was going to say the time frame, that's probably where I'm looking at.
Yeah, in my brain, I don't want that to be the truth, because I'm like, well, you can turn it around this year. But I mean, there's a part of me which is like, well, precedent is probably a good place to start. But, and you know, they've been teasing this stuff out so slowly that it makes no sense to suddenly rush now.
Yeah,
just give us a Metalverse album in the meantime, maybe to do a little bridge.
Yes. So what a segue into the next part of this video. Well done.
Damn, this boy is on fire.
Because there's a new Metalverse song too.
Howard is vying for your job, mate.
This is going to be like Sue handing the microphone over to Momoko. I'm just going to do that. So he's already got a big microphone. But the interesting thing is that like this actually came out like before, and me and Neon did a recording session, but we didn't really want to talk about this song because we wanted to wait until we had Benedict here. So what's the song called again? Naked Princess?
Naked Princess.
What are those names? I was like, okay.
I said that in my reaction. I was like, ooh, that's a bit raunchy in it for metal.
I mean, we all know it's a poetic meaning instead, but it was still like, okay. And after in that video where like Neon actually suddenly clued me into how old they were, and I was like, I did not know that. And I just
I don't know right now. How old are they?
They're like 17 and stuff, and
they're young.
Yeah. And I was saying about the members who left. I was like, maybe they fell in love and they're going to get married and have a family. And then Leon was like, but they're only 17. I was like, maybe they shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
but that's also one of the new news. 2 members apparently left Metalverse, and there are only 3 now. So do you think, I mean, you saw some artwork with just the 3 of them.
Yeah, I posted
And
that on the video as
Yeah, we
well.
posted that on the video because at the time of recording that, we were only aware that one had left, and then literally we recorded that video, and then like as he was going through the editing process, we found out that actually two had left, but
Yeah.
we weren't aware that the other one had left, which kind of makes sense because, like I said, we've seen the artwork where there's only three of them.
We
but
were
so
grilling
since there is
Discord
an
in the video.
artwork with just the three of them,
Yeah.
we would say they will stay a three-piece now and not add two new members.
It
Yeah,
seems to
I
be
think-
confirmed,
Yeah.
and you know about the asterism news, I'm assuming as well, Benedict. And we were kind of like, well, I
On the
floated
Fox Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I floated the idea that asterism could act even temporarily as Metalverse's own kami band. I was like, that would be like
There was a lot of people against that. A lot of asterism fans. If you look at the comments to the last video, they did not like that idea at all.
Why not?
To be honest, I think that's one of those things where I'm like, well, so long as it's not stopping asterism doing their asterism stuff, why the hell not?
Then why
Why the hell not?
Yeah.
You know, let them do more.
But like asterism fans were against that, not
Yeah.
baby metal fans.
But it was a small sample size, so I mean, we're not saying that about. There was just a few vocal people who, you know, it's fair enough that's their opinion, but they seem to really not be down for it.
And
that's
every
fair enough,
every opinion is valid, by the way, as well. Like, you know,
yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like they are starting as the new kami band. It's just like they're doing that for one show.
I would be
like excited to see that, though. Yeah.
I'm excited to see that. I think that's a good combination.
It's just fun.
But so anyway, talking about this new song, Naked Princess. Now, I've got to be honest, my opinion softened on it a bit because at first when it came out, I think I've already had a little bit of shall we say? I mean, obviously we can tell where you guys are going to go with it, so I'll start with getting my opinion out of the way. When I first heard it, I've already had this feeling about Metalverse where I feel like Baby Metal are going in such a positive trajectory. Like all the decisions around Baby Metal seems to be like the greatest period in their career. Whereas when I look at Metalverse, I'm like, every decision that seems to be made creatively, I'm like, that's just a bad decision. From not miking up half the members to, you know, like various things about, you know, like these live videos, but they're not putting out any actual music and, you know, having them look like Baby Metal so much. And there's a lot of things that I've been personally thinking were a bad idea. But so when this song came out, maybe I wasn't in a positive mindset about it, but I heard it and immediately I just hearing it's got so many things that it's got in common with Idol by Yoasobi, which, if you don't know, has been a massively popular song. It's been one of the biggest songs in the Japanese charts.
I haven't heard that actually.
We did maybe I won't give too much about this away, but we did a video just before this. We recorded one where we were looking at comparative views on various artists, and Yoasobi had an unbelievable, ungodly number, which I think is mostly driven by that song. So this song is very much well known in Japan. It's got abroad a lot as well. And I couldn't help but hear some real clear creative similarities. But it's not like it was a rip-off. It was just, to me, it was like someone's been listening to Idol a lot. But, you know, I had a back and forth with some people on Discord who maybe calmed down my opinion on that a little bit, but I still do think it's definitely borrowing quite a few ideas. But it's a good song. It's a good song, but I'm just not mad about it.
Yeah, that's interesting because I don't know that Idol song, and to me, that song, even more than Crazy J, gave me more like early baby metal vibes. They have that one part with the synth in it that did took me back to like even like songs like Gimme Chocolate and, you know, that early stuff with the crazy synth in it, like, but kind of mixed with the Metal Galaxy style a bit more, I don't know, kind of Latin in there. And yeah, it's fun. It's really fun. I really enjoyed that song. And I mentioned in my reaction, I really liked that they were 5 people for that performance because they kind of did like cool stuff, you know, waves and like flower formations and stuff like that.
Oh, so it's Benedict we have to blame for breaking them up then.
He liked them so much that they decided to just break up to spite him. Like, well, Benedict likes it.
Well.
So where's your Metalverse tattoo? So I only see that Babe Metal one.
Not yet.
Just left here. They're still auditioning for a tattoo on your arm as well.
I like I said, I actually said in my reaction, I fucking love that song. I really do. I doubted it. I thought it was.
I like it more than Crazy J.
I do as well. I thought that was a really, really good step in the right direction. I actually said in my reaction video, I said it's so hard to listen to Metalverse and just acknowledge them as just Metalverse. Like the comparison to Baby Metal can sometimes be a good thing, but it can also be a detriment to them as well, I think.
Yeah,
And you know
true.
what's even more surprising is I see a lot of Baby Metal fans and the Baby Metal community who actually don't like Metalverse, who don't want really that much to do with them, and I find that really, really surprising because as somebody who's been in the baby metal community for a long time, they are the most caring, passionate people when it comes to baby metal. So I thought they would take Metalverse under their wing a little
I
bit
don't think
more.
that's the reason, though. I think that, I mean, look, I don't want to speak on behalf of other people, but I think one of the things that I keep on coming back to is a feeling of that, you know, so a lot of baby metal fans have rebelled a little bit when they feel that certain things, certain creative decisions baby metal have been put into by, you know, a lot of people say Colbert, but whoever the management people
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Some people have called out when they've said, "Oh, this is cynical," or "This just seems like a real cynical cash in," and they're like, "Oh, that's not what we want baby metal to be." I've heard people say about that, and I feel like maybe it's some of that feeling that, you know, when they see the stuff that Metalverse are doing, that sometimes they're like, they feel like it's just kind of like cashing in on baby metal rather than being its own thing, which I do think is a risk. I think that they could stand to give these girls a little bit more of their own identity.
I think
I know we've covered that before.
Yeah, but I think it's like
it's,
Neon said, it's kind of to their detriment that they are then the baby metal offspring or however you want to call it. Because
yeah.
if they weren't, then maybe people would just listen to the music and maybe enjoy it.
enjoy it a
Yeah,
little bit more.
exactly. I think that separation, it might lose them some of the attention, but I think baby metal fans are still going to know that it's happening. You can still put them on at the same shows and
But
everything.
I'm also surprised like at how little their numbers are. I don't think they have like a lot of subscribers on their channel. It's still everything is pretty small. And I would
They
have
haven't
guessed
released
like
a song. They haven't released a
Yeah,
song yet.
yeah,
that's true. That's true. That's true.
that's true. There's
It's their own
there's
fault.
a lot of stuff that they can do. The potential. I actually think probably losing their two members so early is probably actually a beneficial thing for them. I feel like that's probably something that, you know, could have been avoided like a year or two down the line. And I feel like now if they're going to stick with the three, now you stick with the three and you work off
That's
that.
true.
But who left? It wasn't the main singer, right?
No,
No.
that project is dead. If is it Miko? I hope I get her name right. If she leaves, that Metalverse project is dead.
This is what I said in that video. Is like when Neon asked me about this, I said, "Well, look, so long as they weren't the ones singing, then it doesn't make any difference to me because I didn't hear them anyway." But I mean, imagine. I mean, the weird thing is that they seem to be trading very much on marketing Metalverse towards the baby metal fandom, which is cool. But imagine how much better it would have been if, like, this song, which admittedly is a very impactful song, even though it's not, even though it makes me want to listen to another song every time I hear it, it is a very impactful song. And imagine if instead of this coming out with like a live video, if this had dropped with a fully filmed music video and a studio recorded version, and given the opportunity to have that extra bite that Baby Metal had when they first arrived, you know.
Yeah, they whoever's in charge of them for like dropping a live music video and not having them have a proper music video and proper focus. Yeah, they missed the ball on that one.
A music video that shows off their personality, shows how they're different, how they're different people, what makes them special.
Yeah,
so that's
and then two of them leave.
costly.
Yeah,
probably.
it costs money. So maybe they're still trying to put the feelers out of what they want from Metalverse a little bit.
Either you believe in something and you invest in it, or you don't. And for me, it's like
we know that's not how the music industry works. They try to skip corners as much as possible.
With some companies, but that's the thing, the companies that tend to be more beloved, it tends to be because they take a chance on their artists and they fund those projects and give them a go. They set them up with an opportunity. And I just feel like Metalverse, it's like the talent is there in the artist, and there are a couple of good songs. But anyway, there you go. This was a good song. Just makes me want to listen to Idol.
I think it's an age thing as well. I think they're all still relatively quite young now, and maybe.
I thought you were calling me old.
Well, yeah, that as well. But they probably don't know what they want to do yet, which is probably why the two members have left. So maybe they just, you know, the production company or whatever, the execs, the higher ups, probably just waiting to see if the girls are going to stick it out as well before kind of really pushing it a little bit.
Or they signed the contract.
I don't.
Contracts mean shit these days.
I don't believe that a record company who are that big, who've been farming artists through like really cool talent projects like Sakura Gakuen and stuff, I don't believe that they well, I mean, obviously I have to believe, but I just find it really amazing that they could put together a group where like almost half the group is gone in such a short time. It's like, if nothing else, these companies should be good at managing and controlling their idols. And I say controlling, obviously,
But
you know what
like,
I
do
mean?
you know the background of the leaving of the two members? Was it their own decision, or maybe it was even a corporate decision?
I believe one of
I,
them is going into acting.
yeah, one of them
Okay.
just picked something different to do.
Yeah, and I believe the other one is modeling, I think it was, although I'm not 100% sure on that one. The problem with these girls is they put into a super group to be a pop group, but the thing with Sakura Gakuin and a lot of these like young like special schools is like they train these girls to do everything, like not just singing
You
and
call it a
dancing.
special school. It sounds like something very
Yeah,
weird.
yeah,
For
boo. But
special people.
a special school.
People with special needs.
Sorry, a school of excellence. There we go. Jesus Christ! Of course you like. Are you 2 years old, Howard? Fuck me, mate.
We've already established that I'm too old for metal versus music, so now I'm too young to make jokes. I think both of those can probably be true at the same time.
Same time. The
Ah,
body of a 40-year-old and the mind of a 2-year-old.
That's my Tinder profile.
Oh God, Howard's on Tinder. That's nightmare fuel. Meanwhile, you can find
in a maid
Benedict on
outfit.
Grindr.
No comment.
Plot twist. I'm on both.
You matched with Howard.
Yeah,
How you guys know each other?
yeah. How'd you think we started this podcast, man?
And when, Benedict, when are you going to tell us which one of us you're going to pick?
Oh, yeah, we both know you swiped right on both of us, you dirty bastard.
Well, this has certainly been the
Take
way I
anything I can
expected
get.
this video to go.
Oh my God.
But yeah, going back to my original point before we trailed
What are we
out.
talking about?
No, let's not. Let's
Yeah.
not.
Like I said, most of these girls are trained to be like, the best of the best, the best of the best of the best, sir.
Sir.
Sir. From like a young age, and they're not only there for like singing and dancing and stuff, but they do acting, modeling, and idol groups and stuff like that, as well as them wanting to do whatever it is they want to do as well. Usually at that age, even though they're that young, they have like a set career path in mind, which they want to take. And as we've seen a lot in the Japanese industry, sometimes being in a band and stuff is just a stepping stone to a different career. So
Yeah, sure.
But ultimately, you think with the three remaining girls, if they're going to stay with this lineup, which I certainly
will.
hope so.
Yeah.
Do you? I mean, do you think? I think that really what they need to do now is I think they've teased long enough, probably too long. They need to get a single out. They need to get a music video out, and they need to establish their identity. And as do you want? I mean, now that a lot of people seem to have responded very positively to this new song,
Yeah.
why not take this song while the momentum's there? Chuck together a music video. It doesn't have to be super high budget. Just make a fun one. Put it through, add a little bit of craziness, Sakura Gakuin style. Why not?
I think the hype's gone. I think once you release the live version, I feel like you've missed that gravy train a little bit. They need a new song.
Probably true.
Yeah, they need
I'm
a new
not
song
sure.
now.
Yeah, but they really need to release the studio stuff, because that's also why I held back to listen to them for a long time, because I wanted to hear the studio quality first. And there
Yeah.
Well,
isn't.
Benedict actually has a point there. I mean, it could be the hype could be reignited because they've heard the song, but they've not heard the song. They've not heard
Yeah.
like a definitive version. And also remember, there's a lot of bands nowadays. I've never feeling one of them who they have a song come out and then leave it forever until the music video comes out. But people are excited about the music video because they're like, oh, there's going to be a video for that song I really like. So it seems you can release the video in arrears of the song. And I guess
also they can put stuff on Spotify and things like that and just get exposure everywhere. Just a little hint to our last video.
Yeah, I didn't add Metalverse to that game. I should have done, shouldn't I? Yeah, no, I think ultimately it's like I think this song, at least it sounds at least it sounds like it's got a little bit of identity. It doesn't sound totally like, oh, we've just got a baby metal song. It does have like it's got like a slightly hip hoppy verse to it, which again reminded me of Idol by Yoasobi, but it's got that slightly hip hoppy feel in the verse. It does break itself up a little bit. So I know what you mean. It reminds you of a lot of the things that we like about old school baby metal, but it also has enough intrinsic differences to make it its own thing.
I mean,
I would say musically it does have its own identity already, but like the members, I would agree.
Yeah, once they sort the members out, I'm still excited for Metalverse moving forwards. I'm still hyped for seeing what they do and where they go with it. So, I mean, the excitement, the engagement, I think is still there. I just feel like they're being maybe held back by obviously the members leaving and maybe not getting them as much promotion and as they probably should. I feel like those are the two main factors. But for the girls themselves and the quality of the songs, I think they're going in a really, really good direction.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of the same thing like we talked before about the MOMO Banger, that we just need exposure to the individual members. Otherwise, you will not get invested in them.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not that bad that they're just 3, because then it's easier.
Well, I mean, there's that benefit. It'll be easier to promote the members, but it'll be much easier to promote the members if all of them are given microphones.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're a mic'd up 3-piece, then and they start getting music videos and like songs coming out, then Metalverse has.
It's gonna be interesting because I already will presume there will be a lot of people like, now it's really like a Metalverse, baby metal clone, and because 3 and one main singer, 2 backing vocals, whatever. But we will see what the future will bring, and maybe baby metal will be a bit different in the next album, so Metalverse can take that older style.
But that's going to be even worse, because then it's just going to look like they're taking the hand-me-downs. I mean, it's really, unfortunately, it does seem like the whole intention behind Metalverse is to play everything as safe as possible. But I really think there is the potential that maybe someone will come up with a creative idea and allow them to really expand, have their own direction. The lead singer girl, I mean, all of them, I'm sure, have talent, including the members who've left because of the fact that, they're at Sakura Gakuen, and Sakura Gakuen was a really good training school for young talent. But the lead singer girl, she's got a fantastic voice, but it shouldn't be like the other two. As Momoko so aptly proved, you shouldn't rule out other 2 members, because sometimes they've got pretty banging voices too.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments. Did
one of them high screams, one low screams, low growls?
No, he's trying to remake Broken by the Scream. No, just clone baby metal quick.
Right.
Broken by the baby metal.
Broken by the baby metal. I like that. Yeah, let's do that. So, we can call them Maximum the baby metal. There you go.
Maximum the baby that shall not be named.
Gotta throw that in there. All right, let us know in the comments what you think of Momo Bangers. Was it as impactful for you as it was for us? Let us know in the comments. Also, let us know what you think of Metalverse as well going forward. What are you? And we're really interested to see everybody's individual views on Metalverse as well.
Be an individual.
Try and be as honest as you can and give us your honest opinion so we can gauge it a little bit more. Maybe we'll talk about it in another video. But anyway, I'm Neon Metal. That is Hedo Backer, and that one is your mom.
No, it's Momo.
I think you were pointing in the wrong directions from my screen, so I can't wait to see how this actually comes out on the final cut.
Whichever one's Benedict, that's your mum.
I'm Momo Mat.
I think he was supposed to put Momo Mat, but he's put Momo Mat. So
I deleted the O on purpose because now it's Momo.
Hi, mom.
Hi, mom. Hi, mom.
Those 2 will go to bed now, so thanks for watching.
All right, guys.
As we're going to bed, let's let Benedict say good night, because we're going to bed. All right, good night, everyone. Let's go to bed, everyone.
God, he really is old.
No food for you 2 this evening, so
he can't even last an episode. He's that old. Jesus fucking Christ. All right, anyway.
Night.
Keep your ears to the east. They're still there. East is the other way.
Again, we still don't know whether or not it's that way. Jesus. Yeah.
Okay. And now shut up. Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye. You can all fuck off now.